Now, in order to create a calendar, you can press create a calendar up in the top right, or if this is the first calendar you're creating, there's a big button in the middle. Now you've got your service calendar here, which is for the service menus, as we mentioned there. You've got your simple calendar, your round robin, your class booking, and your collective booking. Now we are going to start with something very simple. I know you might think, well, in that case, it's a simple calendar. But in the case of a CRM system, the simple calendar is often too simple. If I select here, you can see that you can add the name, you can add the URL for that, and the meeting location, in which you just type in. If I go to advanced settings, let me just calendar, I'm just typing in the name of this calendar just there. If I type in simple calendar, it can't have any spaces. You can see here it says that the slug is already taken. That's because it works off the overall CRM domain with all the other calendars as well that other people are using within this CRM. So I quite often just put some initials for my business just there. So my MB for my business / simple - calendar. Duration 30 minutes. You've got booking availability there. So anytime 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Now, when you have got this connected to your Google or your Outlook calendar, it will look at the availability in that calendar and be able to sync it. So if you've got something in the calendar that's booked out for Tuesday afternoon, then it won't make that slot available for that Tuesday when you share it. I'm just going to go to advanced settings. Remember, this is the simple calendar just here. And in here, you can add it to a group. Just there, so simple calendar, write description, add it to a group, which we go into in later videos, custom URL, which you've already got, the meeting title. I always leave the contact name just there as the meeting invite title. Meeting location, as I said here, you would just type in Zoom if you want it to be Zoom, but then in the follow-up emails, you need to make sure that you have your Zoom link in those follow-up emails to go out. Once you've got that all sorted, here it might be phone call as well instead. Phone call. Just there. So you're going to find them. Availability. There. We saw it on the initial page where you could break down where it said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. Well, now in here you can break down the exact days. So I know on a Friday morning I always have meetings, so I can't start that till 10 a.m. And then if I'm one of those that likes to leave early, I'm going to be like, no, none after 3, please, on a Friday. And maybe I don't do them on Mondays either. So that is my availability. I can set it to a recurring meeting should I want. So if someone books a meeting, then this creates it weekly. Times to repeat. So I'm running a course, one-to-one course where that person gets 10 meetings with me every week. They can book that and it repeats it for 10 meetings. Here, skip booking unavailable slots. So if slots are unavailable, it will just skip it and not do anything and miss that week. So let's just say it's a Monday and then there's a Monday down the line that's a bank holiday. So it will skip booking unavailable slots, so it just won't do it. Continue booking here, it will book it in there. So even though it's a bank holiday, it will book it in that slot, regardless if I do that. And then book next available slot, so it will book it in Tuesday morning, which will be the next available slot should the Monday be all assigned out as a bank holiday. And again, I can do that in my Outlook or my Google Calendar. I can put the bank holiday in there, and then this would look at that and go, oh no, okay, that person is booked out on the Monday because they put down it's a bank holiday, or it could be a meeting, and then it will take action based on that. Now, meeting intervals just here. Now, this is the time in which they can start that meeting. So if I have this for 30 minutes, then it will say that they can start booking their meeting either at 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 12, 11, 11:30, 12, 12:30, 1. If I change this to an hour, then they can only book that meeting to start at 9, 10, 11, 12. Or maybe it's 2 hours just there. So, or 90 minutes. If it's 90 minutes, then they can only do 9, 10:30, 11, 12:30. So every 90 minutes, they got a choice of starting that meeting. Duration, I'd like to leave that just at 1 hour first of all. Duration, let's just say, is 1 hour, which means that should someone book 9 a.m., then that will book out 9 till 10, and then the next meeting available will be 10. Now, minimum notice, scheduling notice, I can't, I don't want to accept meetings within the next 2 days. So I might look at my calendar and go, okay, brilliant. Next 2 days I've got no meetings. So I'm going to plan to do something because I've got no meetings booked. I don't want to suddenly have a surprise that I've got a meeting. Some people leave this at 0, which means that it could be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You've looked at your calendar and gone, right, got no meetings for the rest of the day. Brilliant. I can do what I want to do. And then someone goes and books a meeting at 4 o'clock because your minimum schedule notice is 0. So that's no good. So I always normally set that to 2 days. Date range, I don't want people booking more than 45 days away. So they can book within the next 45 days. Anything longer, I think they're going to forget the meeting anyway. Maximum bookings a day. Well, if you see here, I got 1. The meeting interval is 1 hour and the meeting duration is 1 hour. So I can have a meeting at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 8 meetings. But I'm like, 8 meetings is a lot. So I'm going to cap it out at 5. I don't want more than 5 meetings in a day. And then here I got maximum bookings per slot. Well, I only want 1 person per slot. So once that 1 person has booked that spot, it no longer exists. Now, if I'm running a course, let's just say, and I want 10 people to book on that, then I can move that to 10, which means that when 1 person books, it's still got 9 more spaces in which to have. Pre-buffer time here. So meeting duration's an hour, but I'm saying no one can book 50 minutes before. So at the moment here, if someone books 9 o'clock, if someone books 9 o'clock, it means for an hour, it means that my next meeting should be 10 o'clock. But because I got pre-buffer time of 15 minutes, which says I need 15 minutes free before booking, and this is set to an hour, it means that the next person can actually book to 11. If I had this set down to 30 minutes there, so someone books at 9, that's booked out till 10. So the next one's 10 or 10:30. Pre-buffer time is 15 minutes. So they won't be able to book at 10 because the 15 minutes before is during a meeting. So the next available will be at 10:30. Normally I leave pre-buffer time blank because I'm normally planned for all my meetings that morning. The planning normally takes the same. But my post-buffer time, I always leave 15 minutes. That means if a meeting goes over, I got 15 minutes in order to wrap up that meeting should it go over. And then once that's sorted, you can press save. If you press save, it will literally jump down to the next one, down to forms and payments. It does it all the way along, or you can just move it along on the left. Now here I got select forms and consent checkout here. So when they book, it says here, I confirm that I want to receive content from this company. You can change that to your company name. You can add guests just here, so they can add guests into it. So when they book, they can add other people should they want more people to be attending. That doesn't override the fact that I've only got 1 person can book, because 1 person is still booking. It's just that they're inviting more people to their own booking. Confirmation page, thank you for your appointment request. We will contact you shortly to confirm your request. I don't like that. I always change this to say thank you for booking with me. Please keep an eye on your emails for your booking link. As for your Zoom link, I should say. And then if I want to accept payments down here, I can. This button here, auto confirm new calendar meetings. I generally always leave that on because it helps with the automatic emails that go out, which I set to go out afterwards. So as soon as someone's booked, it instantly confirms it. If you need to confirm it, so maybe let's just say you're a hypnotherapist and someone books a slot, but you don't want to confirm it until you've got more information from them, or you're taking payment in another way. So you are taking payment, you're allowing them to book. Once they book, you send them a payment link for them to pay via Bax or something. So you want to confirm that yourself, so you have that off. But generally, if you want to keep this process all automated, I always have that on so it can auto do it. Notifications and options here. If you want to send an acknowledgement email directly from the system, you can. So you turn that on and then who should receive this notification? Contact. I like to leave this off because I don't want this going out, as well as the automation which I set up, which is shown you in another video. If I am going to have this on, then sometimes I'll have it on just for me. So I will have additional emails and put my email address there so I get confirmation. Allow Google Calendar to send invitations or update email sequences. Some people like this on, some people don't. If you have this on, then it will send them an email with a link that can automatically add to their calendar. If you don't, then they don't get that. And some of the clients I know or some of the people that book like to have that, where they can just auto put it into their calendar. And then these two at the bottom, allow for reschedule and cancel meeting. I always have these on as well, these links here that can be placed in the automation that goes out afterwards. So next one along is calendars, just here, and you can link to your calendar. In here you can select the one that you want to link to, and it will sync events with this external calendar. In the simple calendar, with the one that we're using, this isn't too well done, so it's not brilliant in this one with the way that it works. Customizations is the last tab in here, and again, this is just where you can change the style. I always leave it as Nero, so you can make sure you have the primary colors and background colors and all this. You can choose to have the calendar title on, the calendar description, and the calendar details just there. And you can have all that set up, including give you an image. If it's on classic, it won't do that. So it says customize calendar widget, only works with Neo, so I always have that on. And if you want to see it before it goes live, you can preview widget, and then it will open up in a new sequence just there. Will open up in a new tab, so you can see that. Now I'm going to go back to my main calendar link. I'm going to save this up here,